Level 5,000. Someone's at level 5,000 in this game right now. In the Crew Motorfest, someone has managed to get all the way to level 5,000, but how did they do such a thing? How have they managed such an impossible feat? Well, as most of you will have assumed, they've managed it illegitimately. And I'm going to be talking about that today. I thought I would go in and have a bit of a discussion about what the state of the grinding in this game is, because there's a very fine line to it. You could argue I contribute to the negatives of the grinding in this game. However, like I mentioned, there's a bit of a limit. The issue is a lot of people are managing to break and pass that limit. So, I've made a video. I've made a guide, a box guide, a followers guide. There's even going to be a parts guide soon. And you could argue all of these things aid in the grinding. People know to grind now, and they know how to. So they just do that over and over and over again, until they get to a point where they're level 5,000. But that's not actually how you manage that, because feasibly, you couldn't. Think about it. You couldn't put aside that much time. Like, I've grinded. I got accused of having a macro, and I'm only at level 134. And people are at... Why was there a Maserati? What? Did you guys see a Maserati just then? Am I going crazy? Was there a... Did anyone else see a Maserati? Excuse me? Is the game okay? I'm gonna pretend like I didn't just see a Maserati, so I don't... I mean, it is almost Halloween, I suppose. They are at level 5,000. And you cannot do that legitimately. It's completely infeasible to get 528 million XP in this game. But people have still managed it. But they've not managed it by actually sitting there and grinding over and over again. Instead, what they've done is they've set up a macro, which is a set of... you can get different softwares that do it. You can get them to just press a set of buttons over and over and over again. And that's how people have managed to grind now. I mean, even after the patch, I made a whole video about how the patch didn't even fix the grinding. Now, I don't see an issue with regular grinding, regular doing events. I mean, people don't set up macros for whole events. They'll set up macros for stuff like this. The simplistic stuff that you can actually get done once you sort out properly. You can see I'm failing right now. And they set it to just go on for ages and ages. But sometimes you need to grind. There's upwards of 100, close to 200 millions worth of cars to buy in this game. And some people don't want to just play PvP for all of that, or play the same events over and over again for that. So sometimes it's nice that there's... my alarm's going off, goddammit. Now, does it deplete the actual enjoyment of a game? I think there's no arguing that, right? I think that it definitely does. There's no question in whether it does. It will 100% be making the game less enjoyable for most people. My issue isn't that, because you do that to yourself. I modded GTA once, and then I got bored of GTA. That was completely self-inflicted, and I was the Muppet there. I was the one who made that unfun for myself. Completely my fault. So, there's no one to blame but yourself for not being able to enjoy the game anymore if you're going to use such tactics to do that. When I grind, yes, I am just mind-numbingly grinding, but I'll chill. I'll watch YouTube. I'll head out. I'll be on the phone with my girlfriend, or I'll be chilling with my mates on a Discord call, and I'll grind, and I might watch some TV shows or whatever, but I'm still playing the game, for one, and two, I still get to get a slow reaping of rewards if I didn't have every car in the game already. If I didn't have every car in the game, I would actually be able to slowly start purchasing all the cars and grind, and then slowly be able to get the best cars, then the ones that I don't need but just want. And oh, you kidding? And I'd have so much stuff that I'm able to do. But those who use macros just come back to the game level 5,000. in 1 month. So I don't want to hear anyone who uses such tactics ever complaining about the game getting bored, because it definitely does. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's terrible, because it's, again, it's self-inflicted. What I do have an issue with is the main stage system, then, because it's a system that contributes to said grinding. When I first learned of the main stage, before the game went fully live, I assumed, naively, that it would have been something along the lines of your average summit rank, and then your average of the custom show rank, and then average of your demo royale and grand race positions. I don't know how that one would work too well, but something along those lines, which would actually be a collective show of how great you were at all the different things in the main stage that month. Instead, it's just a grind fest, which I guess that makes sense for Motorfest. Like, have the grinding as well, but now the person who gets their name on the star in the main Kami area, the person who gets their names on the stars isn't a person who did quite well at anything. It's a person who did quite well at downloading a software and turning that software on. So it just makes the whole thing not worthwhile anymore. I'd say that's a good... I'd say I can consider it not worthwhile. I want you guys to genuinely explain what you think of it. Do you think macros should be allowed? Do you think... I don't think it should. But do you think macros are an issue? Do you think they should be gotten rid of? Do you think do you think the main stage system works as intended, as just being a grind fest? Because I feel like it'd be too difficult to stop people using macros. We've only seen one alleged ban in the entire game. Outside of that, I don't believe I've ever seen anyone be banned from the game. So banning is maybe a thing, but doesn't seem too aggressive. Level 5,000 in a month is completely impossible, so I don't know how you could justify not banning there, but I don't know, ban maybe, again, maybe too aggressive. They haven't established that macros are bad, it's just assumed that macros are bad. Unless it says in the TOS somewhere, which one I don't know, good thing I ain't used them. There's just no care to the main stage anymore, right? They set up being first in the main stage as this great thing. It's not, though. It's truly not. I'd rather be top 100 or something in the summit individually than I would in the main stage. Okay, let's do this. Okay, hang on. I just need to focus up for a second. I'd rather do that. I'd rather play Grand Race than a skill over and over again. I'd rather grind Hummer Express than I would a macro. But it's not the people who are grinding Hummer Express who are coming first in the main stage. Unless that would be quite a complex macro, to be fair. You could maybe manage that, but it would be quite the challenge. Now, I believe we're going to be coming second this race. Nope, there's a bolide. What a bolide? Are you? I'm not on the road yet. Okay. We're not coming second. I lied. I mean, this stuff is still enjoyable. The Grand Race, the Demo Royale. But I'm already running out of things to do in this game, man. I've got parts sets now as well. Until the next Summit car, I won't need to ever grind parts. That's all, really, because I don't care about the Summits that aren't Summit cars, as I imagine most people don't. I'm honestly waiting for a Crew 2 update at this point, which is the next thing coming up. Maybe I'll hop on Gran Turismo for that new Tesla that they're adding, if you guys would want to see that. Okay, let's not slide out too much. Oh, did I hit him? I didn't hit him on my screen, but the servers in this game really suck, so maybe I did. The game has a lot of potential, but people exploiting the game is the biggest issue at the moment when it comes to the main stage system. There's other issues when it comes to other things. There's haunting Maseratis and whatnot as well, so there's that issue. Let's actually try and finish this Grand Race now. And again, like I mentioned, let me know what you think on most all of the topics I talked about today. Also, we're going into November, so there's actually something I want to end this video with that isn't the big thing, but it's close to the big thing. There's something I'm ending this video with. See, if you follow my Instagram or my Twitter or any other of my socials, you might know that I've talked for a little minute now about how I'm growing this beard out. This beard, scruffy as hell. People on my Instagram, the lighting's weird, so I have to do this for you to be able to see it. It's so scruffy. People on my Instagram say it looks homeless half the time. It's been growing out for a while now, because at the start of this year, it just started growing out. Before, I was only able to grow like the stash and this bit here, and then all of it started growing out, and I was like, sure, let me just send it and only shave in November. For one reason, really. For one major reason. Yes, I want it to be thicker. Yes, I want it to come back better, and shaving will do such a thing. By the way, the Grand Racers just said I finished a time of zero. That's impressive. Frankly, that's impressive. Regardless, though, the thing that I want to engage in is Movember. I've never really talked about my own experiences growing up, and even more recently, but I will, to a degree, because I never wanted to use my platform as a crutch, as an emotional crutch, and become one of those content creators who just dumps their emotional problems on their chat or their viewers ever. So instead of just boohoo me, I'm gonna express some to just draw attention and raise some money for Movember. Raising money for men's mental health throughout this whole month. And that begins with me shaving this whole beard. All of it goes, except for the mustache, because that's what it is. You grow a mo and you save a bro. So throughout this next month, the donations to the it'll probably be set up as a YouTube video fundraiser. They will be appreciated. Make sure you do, and keep yourself strong, but also know that under the right circumstances, it's alright to admit you're not in the arms of the right person. It's alright to not be, and it's alright to let out. But there you go. That'll be from tomorrow, really. I'll see you boys in the next one. That's about it from me. Say goodbye to the beard.